Okay, my name is Jason, and first off, I want to congratulate my mom and dad for just an amazing 40 years. That's a pretty incredible feat. I think my longest relationship was maybe 4 years. More miraculous. But I really struggled actually to find the words for this speech. And after writing and rewriting it over and over again, I finally realized why I was having such a hard time. And it's because nothing I came up with seemed to do my mom and dad's relationship justice. It's just that amazing. Like, none of my words could encapsulate like just how special their bond is. The fact that they've done that for 40 years it was so much pressure. I was like, but I can honestly say that everything good in my life stems from my parents. Like, and I'm not exaggerating. Literally, I can count at every positive thing in my life, and it all traces back to my parents. From, every word of wisdom that I've learned was lessons that they taught me when I was a kid. And at the time, I was like, oh, they're right about just about everything they said. But it's not only that. Every ounce of success I've had or been fortunate to experience also is traced back to just the selfless sacrifices they've made. And it's kind of funny because I'd say only up until maybe 5 years ago did I realize how much sleepless nights they had stressing about how they're going to pay for our education. And that's just how incredible they are that they hid that from us so we wouldn't feel that anxiety and we could just focus on our studies. But it's just something that, to this day, there's no words that I can say to express my gratitude for that. I mean, I have friends who, they're coming out of college with mountains of college debt. How do you even function in your life knowing that? And for them to provide for our education is just pretty amazing. And then just the values that I kind of hold dear. And I can trace every single one of those values to my parents, whether it's empathy or kindness or patience, hard work, and generosity. It's just a trace that they hold close in their everyday life. It's effortless for them. And another thing that I was really grateful for. So a couple of years ago, I asked my mom, what was it about Dad that first made you take notice? And I've seen pictures of them in college, so they're real stylish. It's pretty big now. But you could take a photo of them in college and transport them here, and I'll be like, oh, they're actually pretty popular. So I was like, maybe that's Dad's kind of fashionable style, or his charm, or maybe his cool mustache that was what made her take notice. But she was like, I think she said it was actually plate lunches. I guess the story goes is that they were at Waimanalo Beach, and Dad came there, and the first thing he's like, hey, who wants food here? And he went out and bought everybody food. And she thought, oh wow, that's a real nice guy. It's that kindness that I kind of won her over. And to this day, Dad is still that guy who brings food. I don't know if you guys have tried his blueberry front. But he's still that guy, and he's still actually the kindest man that I've ever known. And I just talking to him, everybody here can see that, but if you just talk to him for a couple minutes, even on the phone this afternoon, he was trying to find, I could hear him in the other room, he was trying to order some poo-poos from this place, and 3 times they actually, I think the phone dropped, and you had to call them back 3 times, but just his demeanor throughout the whole thing was so gentle, whereas I would, after the first one, I was yes, you guys, but just that real patient and gentle, and that's how he treats my mom. Just to see them interact on a daily basis, you can see just how much he cares about her. Just in the way he talks, like my mom, anything she asks for, or asks for help for anything, my dad, it's automatic. Like, you know, it's an automatic step. Anytime she's like, oh, we have a lot of stairs, and oh, can somebody help carry up? Like, oh, Dad's already halfway down there carrying it up. Or, you know, oh, can somebody go drive, something needs to be picked up. Oh, he's already on the road. It's like, it's almost like it's first nature for him to anything my mom needs. What makes him happy is her happiness. And just something that I really admire, and, you know, something that I would take to heart. You know,
it's no talking.
And on the flip side, I asked my dad,
No thinking.
asking Dad, when did you know that mom was the one? And he said he knew in a hospital in San Francisco. So while they were dating, my dad had to go to the mainland for a couple surgeries. And every single trip to the mainland, my mom would be there by his side, every step of the way. And you know, he knew he was making the best decision of his life, because he knew even during the difficult times, she would be there, and she has. And you know, it's that dedication that made her the love of his life. And that's how my mom has always been. Anyone who flies with her or is involved in church groups knows just how supportive and dedicated. Like, she doesn't do anything halfway. Everything is wholehearted. I remember during when she got into sign dancing, she would show me. You know, sign dancing is a lot of gestures. She would doodle every little picture of every word, and a song would have at least 90 words, you know, and she's doing every single, it's almost like a Webster's dictionary of just doodles. But she enjoys being supported and being dedicated. And this is a small example of how she is. And that's how she is with Dad and the rest of the family, you know, whether it's, you know, new career choices that Dad is making, she's there every step of the way, and always being positive, always being encouraging. Like Shannon said, you know, we were never forced I never felt like they were trying to live vicariously through us with plans that they want. They let us decide, and they just decided to support us the whole way. And yeah, my mom, I think she's the most supportive, dedicated person I've ever known. So, I mean, I'm just glad that these qualities that first got them together have, you know, held steadfast up these 40 years. The older I get, the more I realize just how rare the relationship is. And to spend 40 years together and love each other as much during the 40th as the first is just pretty incredible. Mom and Dad, I just want to thank you just for loving us and loving each other, and just being that great example for, you know, showing Shannon and I truly what a strong, loving relationship is. So I just want to thank you both